Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scarredland's Sins of Shelzar, Season 2, Episode 9. When last we met, the party had gathered outside of Citadel in the Golden Valley. Um, they had reunited after a period of separation and traveling, and they had effectively quarantined not only themselves, but the uh, Howl Legionnaires who had been in the horn saw and been theoretically exposed to this Legionnaire's rust. Um, while Ithrin was communing with her goddess, um, Iolocles spotted an invading aerial creature and gathered the various Legionnaires and the um, party to investigate, and they discovered that it was a woman riding a undead dragon, an undead rack dragon. They were able to take the dragon down, but the woman teleported away. And in order to preserve the security of the Gleaming Valley, the century of Legionnaires who were infected, along with Alacles and the one Hollow Knight who had been out there and been infected, um, began their march to try to basically create a bottleneck and hold off Glividatel's forces as long as they could. Does that sound about where we parked to everyone?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Excellent. So as of the moment, you all are camped out outside of the city of Citadel. And what would you like to be doing with this time as you're sort of awaiting? You're not sure when to expect the army. You're hoping that there will be some sort of scouts moving back and forth. But there's clearly a bit of time, and you clearly do know there's a force on its way. What would you like to
So
do?
they're coming to us. We're not going to them.
Um, I mean, if you want to try to move ahead, the point of the uh, bottleneck that they're trying to set up was A, to try to thin out Lividatel's forces, B, to give a little bit more time to everybody that's back at Citadel to prepare in case something might be coming, in case they get through, or when they get through. And yeah, just generally to enable you an opportunity to take some sort of tactical approach or some downtime. Now, if you wanted to try to get up there and interfere on the way there, you're welcome to do so. If you had another approach in mind, you're welcome to do that as well.
Oh, so Ithrin wants to make sure that she's got a couple escape routes planned in case things go real bad.
Okay, so kind of like generally like familiarize yourself with the area, scout the area. That
Yeah,
sort of
like
business.
make sure that this manhole cover is nice and loose and know where all the bolt holes are essentially. And like I don't necessarily care if my friends see me doing this, but I don't want like the larger army catching on.
Well, on the bright side, there are some of the Ironbred who've been serving as kind of um, orderlies and nurses out here in the quarantine area are pretty much the only people that are in the quarantine area. The rest of the Hollow Legionnaires and the Hollow Knights right now of Citadel are staying behind the wall. Um, Having said that, they're also not too keen on letting you into the city um, because you all have kind of come to the conclusion that you're probably infected and possibly contagious. Is that an accurate assessment? So, having said that, though, you can certainly check the surrounding areas. So, why don't you go ahead and give me? Let's do a survival check. you don't mind?
14.
Okay, so you're pretty sure there are a couple of different paths that you can take to get to safety should that front area be compromised. Your biggest enemy in that regard is going to be just the amount of open space around. But if you can get, like, if you can get up along the wall of the fort, you can get to at least 3 different bolts. So go ahead and just make a note that in the event that you have to decide to retreat, that you can have advantage on any checks that are made specifically for pre-planning.
Cool.
Any other preparation or pre-planning stuff that any of you would like to do?
From my notes, I remember that Ilalocles told us to stay back and get treated by the clerics because they could probably heal us from the spreading of the disease.
Sure. Yeah. You're gonna ask the Ironbreak clerics to see what they can do.
Yeah. And also I'm gonna continue working on Ilalocles' shield.
Okay. The clerics perform a few rituals over you, and they say, "Well, as near as we can tell, you are still infected. You're still carrying a disease. This disease doesn't seem to have any sort of ill effect on you, and it doesn't seem like it's going to. It doesn't appear to be affecting any metals that you're working with or wearing. I think you're immune to it."
Yeah, that checks out.
Any other things that Alan would like to do during preparation times?
Can I roll to see how well my shield's coming along?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a. It would either be you can either rely on strength, dexterity, or intelligence as you're working the metal for the shield. And then you would add your proficiency bonus as well.
I forget where my proficiency bonus is.
It's
Poster. There it is. It's right there in front of my face. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. You make a little bit of progress. It's not going as quickly as you would like, but you are trying very hard to make sure that it's a very well crafted and artistic object on top of being useful. So it's slow going.
Yeah.
That's all. How about Haiku? Does Haiku have anything that they would like to be doing?
I'm probably still shaken from the review of last game, so I'm going to be quiet this whole time, and I'm looking at I'm not looking at the ring of mind shielding, what's invisible right now. I'm gonna open myself to telepathic communication in case anything is trying to reach me.
Okay.
Just in case.
So you pop that ring off, or you turn it off?
No, I can just creatures can telepathically communicate with you if you allow it. So I'm allowing communication right now.
Okay. As soon as you sort of permit your mind to be open, where are you going to go? Are you going to just do this in the tent?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you permit your mind to be open, you start smelling this awful it's like there's definitely a smell of blood. There's definitely a smell like a latrine. Just very powerful, very organic, strong smells. If you've ever been near like a slaughterhouse or near a farm where animals are being slaughtered, It smells very, very strongly of that. It just kind of wafts over you as you open your mind. And you see the quality of the light coming into the tent change a bit. Shift toward the red.
Is that all?
Hmm?
Is that all that's happening right now?
Yeah, as long as if you're just sitting where you're at, that's it.
I think in my mind, I'm just like, if it's me you want, just leave them alone.
You start hearing crunching sounds outside. Several of them. Like a large, sounds almost like an army walking over dry leaves.
I walk outside the tent.
All right, you get up and you walk up and you pull the tent open. When you open the tent, as far as you can see in every direction, the ground, the walls, every flat surface is just littered with like bone fragments and skulls. The sky is red, and there are clouds that appear to be made of blood floating overhead. You see a number of skeletal horses riding through, and as they're riding through, they're like scooping, reaching down like with their swords and with maces, and like scooping up rusty pieces of armor off the ground.
What does this mean? What are you trying to tell me?
As you look over, you can see from where you're at the spires that the Howl Legionnaires raise from, and you see that each of them has like a superstructure built on the outside of it that appears to be crafted from bone, of varying sizes. It's hard to tell from this distance, but you can tell there are certainly some like giant bones. But there's also definitely bones of smaller creatures.
It's bigger than me. I will. I'm looking at as I'm looking around. Are those people on horseback still kind of scooping through the bones?
Yes.
Do they seem to notice me?
No, they don't. If they do, they aren't reacting to you.
I don't like this. I will close my mind to the communication now.
All right. As you are closing your mind off to the communication, you hear a single word whispered in your mind. Half a second to look up exactly what that word is. Xanathia.
Does that mean anything to me?
You can make a history check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Okay. Oh man, that was a natural 20 the first time. A 10 the second time.
No, that name does not ring any bells. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. That's myself for now.
Okay.
I'm still
Excellent.
outside the tent now, I guess.
Yeah, and as soon as you close your mind off, everything kind of goes back to normal. You see, you can hear like the ringing sound of Alan banging on that shield. You can see Ithrin sort of scurrying around the various little pockets of bushes and whatnot.
I'm gonna go to Holland.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, we gotta get out of here now.
Okay. I start
Bad.
packing up my shit. I'm like, if Heiko says we gotta go, we gotta go.
You start packing your
Nothing
things
bad's
up.
gonna happen here.
What do you know?
I made a deal with something really powerful and really evil and really bad a long, long time ago. And I've been running from it for a very long time. And it twisted my mind for a while. But ever since I got this ring, things have been going back to normal, and I've been remembering a lot more now. And earlier we fought that thing. It reminded me of that deal and something. It's coming. And it's not going to end well for anybody that's going to be around here.
Okay. We all make mistakes. Where's Ithrin?
You poke your head outside and you see Ithrin kind of coming back over from the bushes, and maybe I don't know, what would you be doing as you're returning from like scouting an area out?
Oh, probably munching some crab apples she just foraged.
Right?
I kind of wave Ithrin over. Like, psst,
Yeah. Oh, I'll go over.
we gotta go. What's the fastest way the hell out of here?
Ithrin will look down at her amulet of the Snow Queen.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually. Hike, what do you think?
But don't we need to stay here and get cleansed?
We're all going to get real cleansed for the long term if we don't get out of here.
Why? What's going on?
Hold that thought. While this conversation's going on, what's Charlie doing?
Playing places. Just wandering around playing.
All right, just kind of walking around like the camp, playing basically,
Sure.
because they won't let you go into the city because of the quarantine.
Right.
So you kind of walk up as you see they're all gathered. Conversation starts to get a little bit harder to maintain as the lyre starts getting louder as Charlie approaches. You were saying?
I'll stop playing as I walk up. I'll just walk up and be like, fuck all y'all. Think you're talking, you're not gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't, So yeah, Charlie walks up. Continue.
Back to you guys.
Charlie, we need to get the fuck out. So, are you packed?
I mean, yeah, usually. Yeah, we can go. That's fine.
Or Charlung.
I feel like Charlene would be, he got some of that weed.
just julk a weed out. Just yeah. Yeah, they're just passed out in their tent.
I'll carry them. If it comes to that.
All right, so you're gonna start to evacuate immediately.
Yeah, why not? We don't have to like move out the gate like we're rushing away, but we can go.
Although Ithran is still concerned that like we're diseased and they have offered to cleanse us.
But they told me that there's nothing they can do and that this is gonna be it. We're immune to it, but we're still infected, is what the clerics told me.
Hmm. That's unfortunate.
Because that kind of fucks shit up for you, right?
Yeah, a little bit. But if they actually can't cleanse us, then I guess there's no reason to stick around.
And if they could, why wouldn't they just do that to everybody and this would be better?
Feel like we should warn them before we go.
Won't they think we're deserting?
They're all gonna die. We should at least give them a heads up that something beyond them is coming.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I
who would
I call
qualify
over-
as telling them?
huh?
I said, who would qualify as telling them?
I think I would just tell another one of the Ironbred that one of us sensed that something really bad is coming and that everybody should leave the city.
Okay. You're just gonna walk up to one of the Ironbred clerics.
Yes.
All right. You walk up to a guy. He's like dapple gray, about 7'2". Got kind of like a, if you think of like a 1940s era circus strongman build. So he's
Nice.
like just huge, but also, you know, barrel gutted. And he kind of looks at you and says, "Greetings, sister. What can I help you with?"
There's no easy way to say this, but something terrible is coming this way, and you must evacuate the city immediately. We were about to get out of your hair to maybe we'll draw it away from you.
Well, something terrible is coming this way, yes. Our intelligence has told us that the army of Glividatel is on the way. We do not abandon Citadel. This is the last point of defense for the Gleaming Valley.
Suit yourself. Like I did my part.
I will tell you this. When all of the other people of Gelspad turned their backs on us, refused to accept that we had abandoned Thulkus, and refused to give us a safe place to sleep or a warm meal, it was the Hollow Knights and the Hollow Legionnaires that took us in. If you can walk away from that, I wish you a safe journey. Turns
What an
in.
asshole. I am incensed. But I will just I mean, if it's coming for us, then we might draw it away so I don't feel so bad. You know, because if it's after Haiku, then it will follow us away from the camp and they will all be safe. If it's not, then I try to warn them. My conscience is clear.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will flick him off as he walks away, or I'll do the kind of
Very good.
I come back to the group and I'm like, I tried. Let's go.
All right. You start heading out of one of the secret passages that you found. Do you have a particular direction or destination that you're going, or just away?
far away from
Uh,
here as possible.
Ithrin's inclination is to head north, assuming north is where the cold is.
North is ultimately where the cold is. I mean, you can get to cold in any direction by going to the top of one of the mountains. But like in general, north is cold. Now, to get to a north that's cold enough, you would need to go to the north west significantly, because due north of where you're at is a desert.
All right, in that case, Ithrin will just sort of suggest heading into the mountains.
Any objections to that?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Whatever.
you load Charlung into the back of a new cart and start making your way up the mountain. Takes you about half a day to get up to the peak of the mountain, and planning on setting up like a camp kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
I know wish Lung was awake because they were going to give us the cold immunity tattoos.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's fine. I'll wait.
Yeah, you are cold and uncomfortable. I would like each of you. Well, first of all, now that you're in the cold, is there anything that Ithrin wanted to do?
Mostly just sort of because she's very new to this whole being a cleric thing. Uh, look for some indication of what her new goddess would want her to do.
Okay. Give me a. Go ahead and give me either insight or religion, whichever you prefer.
Insight, I'm better at that. Oh, natural 20, total of 24.
Excellent. Sarah, did you say
Can
something?
can I throw us up a Lehman's tiny hut to keep us from being cold?
You absolutely
while we're
can.
like trying to sleep.
You absolutely can. So you cast a tiny hut.
Tiny hut.
All right.
That's awesome. Thank you.
As you're looking, you're up on the mountaintop pretty high. The sun is just starting to set. At the moment, it is not. It's just cold and a bit windy. And the minute you start to like prey on what you need to do next, the wind stops. And you catch a single snowflake falling to your south. And you look at that snowflake and you see it joined by multiple other snowflakes. And you see the clouds in the sky sort of all starting to coalesce. And they blow southward. Following it with your eyes, you can see you're too far away to make out any details, but you can definitely see kind of a pass between two mountains. And on the side that's nearer to Citadel, you see a little bit of movement. Looks like some ants walking around. But on the other side, that's south of the pass, it's like it looks like the entire road is filled, going back probably a mile or two, just shoulder to shoulder with bodies.
Like refugees or soldiers
You can
or
definitely see there's like battle standards. You see they're moving trebuchets, looks like, and ballistas like on carts. Like this is a whole ass invading force.
Oh, all right. So this is probably the army that we were warned was coming.
Probably.
Okay. but they're on the other side of the pass.
Yes. At the moment.
Okay.
The moment it looks like they're holding the pass right now.
All right. Is there a way to trigger an avalanche or a rockfall or in some other way block the pass?
If you got closer, you're like not on the exact mountain that it's on. You need to get closer in order to affect that.
All right. Ithrin will point out to her friends the army and like, all right, this is probably a really stupid idea, and I'm probably crazy and like gonna get myself killed, but I think we can trigger an avalanche and stop them from coming through.
How far away is the mountain that we're supposed to be at?
The mountain that you would need to be on, like if you could fly, like, you know, beeline to it, maybe 800,000 feet, maybe. But you have to go down and back up or teleport.
If it's a mountain, couldn't Ithrin just theoretically just teleport us to that other mountain? Because it's like cold.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh. Or can we teleport to somewhere across from that mountain close enough where we could fire like a Mulan type of explosive arrow at it? Then that would cause an avalanche, but not on the mountain that we're on.
True.
If you could do that, you wouldn't need to teleport because you could do it from the mountain that you're on.
But I thought you said it was like so far away.
Yeah. I mean, there's not another mountain that's closer. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, okay. There isn't like another smaller hill nearby.
no.
Okay, I
mean,
get it.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, doesn't the hut provide like shelter? So we would be fine if we were like in the hut, if we like set the explosion off.
So, yeah, if you set off an avalanche while you're sitting inside of a Leoman's tiny hut, chances are good what would happen is you and everything in that. Well, correct me if tiny hut actually creates an extra dimensional space, right? Like you step into
Hold on, I'm looking.
a demi-plane, if I'm not mistaken, when you go into Leoman's tiny hut. So
The plot thickens.
one of two things would happen. Either it would, if the hut remains in the physical world, it would
It
move.
doesn't say.
Does it just create the sphere around you?
Yeah, a dome.
Yep. Okay. So yeah. So that one, the avalanche would just basically go around you, and you would stay exactly where you're at on the ground. Now you might very well get buried beneath snow. You might very well get, you could have some serious problems, but as far as like that, you would survive.
But we could teleport to another area of snow where there's not an avalanche the next day.
Because
Yeah.
it's
Whatever.
far.
Yeah,
This
I was
sounds like a good plan.
yeah, I was
But
just
we can
about
only
to suggest
teleport once
that.
per day, right?
Technically twice if I don't do much else with the amulet, because I have 9 charges a day and teleport takes 4.
Cool.
The only other
Yeah.
thing to consider is you cannot cast from inside Leoman's tiny hut and have it affect outside. You'd have to be outside the tiny hut, and then
To cast anything that would cause an avalanche.
If we were close enough together and we held hands and we can just close the hut, be outside, and then cast, and then we can get out of here.
And teleport away to the
Yeah.
mountain
Well, I mean-
previously on.
she can be outside, cast the spell, and then run into the hut because you can decide who can come and go as long as you stay in the
Yeah.
hut.
Yeah.
So that is an option too.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant the other. Okay, so we're good then.
Yeah, let's do it. We've done worse things with way less thinking.
That's true.
I also have infinite fire bolts, not balls, fire bolts. So
All right. Heiko's gonna create an explosion.
no, I meant like getting us out. Like if we get like barricaded underneath some snow, I can melt. You know. enough, firebolts.
All right. I mean, this is a good plan as any. Any objections?
I'm down. What else?
I mean, we are probably going to all get ourselves killed, but you
I
know,
mean, we
Right.
were
We'll
always
have
gonna
fun
do
doing it.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
All
you're
right.
you're gonna teleport to that other mountain.
Wait, you just teleported us here. Oh, we walked here. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Blow another casting of Tiny Hut, and then use what all spells does that amulet give you? You got Cone of Cold, probably wouldn't do it. You have the Sleet Storm though, right?
I have Ice Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
so
that'd do it.
let me click away from my.
Would that still give us enough charges to teleport away though?
No,
Oh,
then we could be in the
No,
tiny
that's what the
hut.
Tiny Hut's for.
Yeah.
How
All
long
right, so
does
I'm
the hut-
using
for
4
though?
charges to teleport us there.
Okay.
All right, let me mark those off.
8 hours.
So I've got Ice Storm and Sleet Storm both.
Yeah, so dropping either one of those on the side of the mountain, I would allow you to cause an avalanche.
How about a thunder wave so we can save some charges just in case? Would that be enough?
I mean, depending on where you fired off a thunder wave, sure. But that makes it infinitely more likely that you will get caught in the avalanche, though, because that thunder
Yeah.
wave is going to surround you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just spitballing. All right.
I mean, yeah, you absolutely can do it. It's much more likely. Like, she can cast Sleet Storm or Ice Storm at a range.
Okay. Fair.
All right, I'm gonna cast Ice Storm because it's slightly more powerful.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, go ahead and drop the damage for the Ice Storm, if you would, please.
Okay.
1 million.
All right, so that is 2d8. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That one. All right, so that is 2d8 bludgeoning damage, and then let me roll for cold damage. All right, 10 bludgeoning damage and 16 cold damage.
All right. The mountainside probably won't take any additional damage from the cold, but that 12 bludgeoning will be sufficient enough. I'm going to go ahead and rule that you know where to put this well enough that you can get an avalanche going, get it started.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Yeah, that's sufficient to knock the dust off the side of this mountain.
Yes. And then I'm running into the tiny hut.
Wonderful.
Good plan.
Give me just a half a second here to make a saving throw. Okay. So as you are, you call down this power and it hits the side of the mountain, and you see the snow just start to like cascade its way down, building in power. And you hop back into the tiny hut. The rest, you're all sitting there, kind of watching this from the safety of the. You see it sort of breaks into 2 waves. And the first wave, you were able to point it so that both waves are hitting the north side of the pass, so you're not hitting any of the Legionnaires' forces. So the first wave kind of clears, probably looks like about 300 feet of the road. Just sort of blasts everybody off to their side. As that second pass is coming, though, You see like 4 figures. It's hard to make out at this distance. Kind of step forward, basically onto the place that the snow already hit the first time, and just start unleashing columns of fire and melting away the avalanche that's coming down.
Okay, if they want to give themselves a mudslide, I'm okay with that too.
Oh yeah, true.
Seems to be that they are able to stop it with a sufficient enough heat that it doesn't. The remaining debris that's falling does not incapacitate any more of the army.
Okay. Is the pass blocked though?
Blocked, no.
Okay.
It's gonna take a little bit longer for them to get through, but it's not like sealed off by any stretch.
All right.
You probably bought the Legionnaires another 6 or 7 hours.
Okay. In that case, I kind of want to run back, and let them know what's about to happen. Like, are we able to do that?
Do you want to? Well, I mean, yeah. It's going to take you. You're going to get there not much before they will. You think? Well, I mean that's not true, I guess, because they're fighting. The Legionnaires are still going to theoretically hold them once they break through, so you'll get there before they will. Are you going to wait and rest first? Because basically, to give you an idea of like concurrent time, you figure by the time you finish a long rest, they will be through the snow. Then they're still going to have that century of Legionnaires to fight their way through. Given the bottleneck that the century of Legionnaires is controlling, you're expecting they can probably hold that pass for 2 days, maybe 3. If the Hollow Legionnaires are as good as their reputation, 4 or 5.
Could I just skip the rest?
You could, if you all want to risk exhaustion climbing back down the mountain. Yeah. Well, you probably wouldn't, because you're immune to cold.
Yeah, I don't mind leaving everyone here in the hut.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just like bouncing down the mountain, being like, "Hey guys."
All right. Is everybody else fine with staying in the hut and resting while Ithrin runs off? What's
I
that?
don't want to get separated again.
Yeah, it's a bad idea, but if that, like, I don't think it's a good idea to go down there either.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea either. Can I try to stop Ithrin and be like, we tried. Maybe we should just keep going on our own way. They know they're there. We just bought them some time. Let's just like bounce.
Do we have any sending spell capability at all?
You.
Yeah,
I
who
have
does?
message.
Yeah, I guess just message the commander, let him know, as long as they're warned.
Okay, I can do that.
I thought I was gonna have to roll, but I guess.
Oh wait, I have.
Message you're not going to be able to reach them with.
How far off are they?
Wait.
The
Heike has a sending tattoo,
the
right?
city?
I do. Charlung does,
Yeah.
and who else? Charlie does. You have a same tattoo too.
Yeah, you do have the sending tattoo, right?
Yeah.
The 3 of us should have it.
Yeah, those don't work on just other tattoos. Those work on anybody you want to cast sending on.
Oh, did they? I thought they only worked on each other.
No, those are straight up sending tattoos. You cast sending.
Okay, then yeah, we can do that.
Okay, who would you like to?
We can. I have no idea. This is not my.
You've got.
Who was the main one that was talking to us when we were quarantining?
Well, there was the Hollow Knight that went off with the front line, like that's down in the front lines. You could message him for all the good that would do you. He's the one he's out in the fighting force. He knows what they're facing. Other than that, there's any of the Iron Bread orderlies. Cast sending on. You didn't meet any other legionnaires because you were quarantined away.
Maybe message one of the Iron Bread and tell them,
Okay, what would you like to
because
say?
they're close to the city, right? So
Yeah, they're just outside the city.
Who's messaging them then?
it has to be either you or Haiku.
Oh, is it just the two of us? Okay, I can do it. It's fine.
Alright.
Somebody else dictate.
Bottoms in time. Six
Yeah,
hours.
Enemy in the pass. Rough estimate. Here's their numbers.
There you go.
They say, thank you for the information. Thank you for the information. We wish you would stay and help. But we understand. Safe journeys. Corian be with you.
And it's like, we just get in the way.
Yeah, we were gonna annoy people either way, so may as well just be gone when we do it.
All right. You doing anything else while you complete your rest?
Since I don't sleep, I will once again try to like open myself up to communication while everyone's sleeping.
Okay. You see the same sort of landscape around you. And you see almost like down on the ground where where you can see the army gathered. They're like pulsing, glowing with like this purple energy. And you notice it seems to be concentrated in certain places.
It's concentrated in certain places.
Certain places within the group, yeah. Go ahead and give me a. You can either do history or just perception, whichever is higher.
Perception. Oh my god, what a garbage roll. 4.
Yeah, you have no idea. Looks like maybe places that are a little bit more energetic than others. And as you're sort of staring down at it and trying to figure out what's going on, you see some of the snow, like just outside the hut, start to shift. And you see a shape emerge. It looks like a pair of like neck vertebrae that have been like that have sat next to each other to form almost a jaw, being propelled upward by the rest of a spine that's moving in a very serpentine sort of fashion.
And that's there.
You don't like none of like everything looks completely real to you. Like it looks, as far as you're concerned, like you've been transported to this other reality. And it sort of slithers upward, and then it moves forward like it's trying to come towards you, and it hits the edge of the hut.
I'll just kind of like be like face to face with like the hut where it's like looking in. And I'll just like look it in the eyes, and I'll just be like, Fuck you. You've taken too much from me already. Just fuck off. Leave me alone.
Yes, the master wishes to reward you. Taken, you have given much to Otassel.
No more.
The skeletal snake sort of looks over at the amassed army and looks back at you and says, "Oh, much more." You are, with your very actions, granting Otassel what he needs. You're serving him well. How can we reward you?
Just go away. Leave them alone.
Leave whom alone?
Just leave my friends alone.
Oh, you and your friends will be among the last whose flesh rots from their bones. You have served us well.
So Travis, I'm of two minds right now. I don't know if I'm gonna damn. I think I'm so mad right now. I'm gonna walk out this hut and I'm gonna shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, you step out the hut and fire off an Eldritch Blast, and it shatters.
So what would the rest of us see as this is happening?
You see Haiku just kind of sitting there for a minute, and then he just gets up and walks out and shoots a hole in the snow.
If we'll poke her head out and be, so what did that particular patch of snow say about your mom?
And I think at that point I closed off communication with my mind, and I just sit around I don't know what to do.
Give me a perception roll real quick as you're shutting down your communication.
Okay. Oh my god. 4.
All right, you don't notice much of anything, fortunately.
I'm so
Please
mad.
proceed.
Man.
And Ithrin, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh God. 10.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Ithrin, you lose control of your tongue for a minute. You're well aware of everything that's happening, but you feel like someone else is piloting your face and your throat. As you hear, "Stupid maggot. When this is all said and done, they will resurrect my mother. Intervene, swine." And then Ithrin has control of her face back.
Oh. Okay, I didn't mean what I just said. That was weird. That was someone else talking with my mouth.
You
I don't
taste
like it.
something vaguely chicken-like.
Do you smell chicken?
Ithrin, get back in the hut.
Are you about to do something stupid and or heroic, which is kind of the same thing?
That's my thing, I think.
You don't have to do it alone, right?
Just get back in the hut. And I start walking a little, like about like 30 feet away from the hut, like, you know, behind the hut. And I'm gonna let off a level 1 thunder wave.
Okay.
No.
Are you attempting to? Are you are you trying to generate like a avalanche? Is that
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a spell attack check.
The thunder wave is concentration. So do I still roll for that, or?
Normally you don't roll for Thunderwave at all. You roll damage, but I'm gonna have you roll a spell attack to see if you can, basically, see if you can put this in a place where that would happen.
Okay.
I didn't make Ithrin roll that because she's a druid cleric with all sorts of nature stuff going on, so
Yeah.
she just kind of knew where to put it.
Okay. So it's going to be a plus. Hold up. What's his name again? It's rogue. So +4 to whatever I roll right now.
Yep.
Oh my god, that is a nat 1.
Oh,
I'm rolling
no.
garbage today.
No.
Excellent. You blast off the thunder wave, and it clears like a ton of snow around you. And you look down and you see a looks like the hilt of a broken dagger that was buried underneath where you fired this thunderwave off.
I thought you were still going. I'm sorry. I found the hilt of a broken dagger.
Yeah.
And I'm surrounded by snow right now, or
Well, not right now. Actually, you've blown the snow away, so like you're standing on like exposed rock, looking at this broken dagger hilt. It looks like it's sitting next to a crack, like maybe it was stabbed into the side of the mountain and then snapped.
can I pry that out?
Oh yeah, you pick it up. As you do, you feel sort of a poke on your hands. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh my god, garbage. That's a nat 1 plus a 3. What's going on with my dice today?
All right.
Jesus.
Am I just dead?
No, you look down and you can see that the hilt, like the knob at the end of the handle of the dagger, sprouted fangs and bit you.
Oh, okay. Well,
And you can see like a green ichor sort of making its way up your arm.
oh, hold up. Actually, can I do something? Hold up. I don't think I have that anymore. Or- Okay, yeah, I can't do that. So it's coming up my arm.
Yep.
Fuck. Can I like try to pry this thing off me?
I mean, you can drop the dagger if you want to.
Oh, but it's just bit me.
Do you need me to cut off your arm?
Yeah, Ifrin would have ducked back into the hut and said, Haiku's about to do something stupid and or heroic.
I
I
think
feel like we all stepped out at that moment and saw him like blow the thing and pick up the dagger. Do you want me to? I feel like I'm ready if you want me to.
just like hold out my arm.
As Haiku holds out his arm, he falls to the ground unconscious.
No! I still cut off his arm.
All right, give me an attack check. You have
That
advantage.
seems excessive, though.
Right, you know. Oh, did I not make it in time? Oh, okay.
Are you gonna
Haiku!
not cut? Are you gonna
Haiku!
not cut off his arm?
You don't know. Ithrin is against it. Ithrin, I'm gonna roll to do it, and you roll to stop me.
Okay.
Okay. What am
What
I
should I
rolling?
roll?
Well, how are you trying to stop her?
Persuasion. That seems excessive.
All right, roll persuasion, and I guess Alan roll a charisma saving throw. Whoever gets the higher result, you got a 1.
For a 2 total.
While they're jerking around doing this crap, can I
Please save us, Sarah.
try to cast Lesser Restoration before they do anything totally stupid?
I mean, did you leave the hut as well? Because that does end the hut if you left the hut.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't know that ended the hut, though.
It does. So, I mean, knowing that, you can choose to have not stepped outside.
No, that's fine.
Okay. You want to cast Lesser Restoration on, like, the poison in his arm?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you get on your charisma saving throw?
13.
All right. So yeah, you definitely draw like your bow up and you're ready to like bring it down on his arm as Charlie like leaps forward and grabs his arm and casts Lesser Restoration. It doesn't wake him up. It doesn't seem to have removed the ichor, though it does slow its progression. Still gonna bring it down?
That's all I got.
I will make you the best prosthetic arm in the world.
Make an attack check with advantage, please.
Jesus. I'm so sorry. Okay, hang on. Attack check for the weapon.
Yeah. And it's your melee, so it's using your strength.
Okay, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna use for the crossbow because it's the bladed bow, but I don't have that in the actions.
Right, but you should use your hammer for the attack because that's
Oh.
because it goes off your strength.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. With advantage?
Yep.
25.
What's your AC?
14.
All right.
I think it just hits.
You bring it down, and his arm comes clean off in one swoop.
Oh no.
I did it like in the right place though, right?
Meanwhile,
I would immediately like to like heal
Different face.
a healing spell on him so he doesn't bleed out.
sure. We'll get to that in a second. Haiku, you close your eyes and then immediately open your eyes again. And you're in it looks like the horn saw, but all of the foliage is dead. It's pitch black like night, like a starless night. And you can see like glowing eyes in between the tree branches all around you. You hear a howl in the distance. And a woman, extremely old woman, hunched over, wearing long, ratty rags and a wide brimmed hat that has a big floppy point that's sort of hanging loosely, walking with a broom as a walking stick, comes approaching toward you. Fool!
Tell me something I don't know.
You've doomed us so.
Does this woman look familiar?
Doesn't. Make a religion check.
I could have those. I'm not good at anything today anyway, so fuck it. It's an 11.
Judging by the surroundings, this dark forest, the way she's addressing you, her cadence, you think this might actually be a vision you're having of Belsmith, the daughter of Mormo, and basically goddess of dark magic and lycanthropy. And
How they do
yes, the one that the Belsmith's Bliss is the worship, is named after. The Society of Assassins that you've been working with are revere Belsmith.
Oh, right. How so? I say to her,
If the necromancers of Glividatel get their hands on the Gleaming Valley, their ambition will lead to my mother's resurrection. And that I cannot abide.
is it my fault because of the deal?
No, you twit, it's your fault because you're abandoning Citadel. You're taking away their only hope.
We're like 5 people, and there's like a whole army of people that are way more qualified than us there.
You think
How am I
armies
supposed to
win, you think armies win wars? You are a lost cause.
Oh, I've seen how armies win wars.
You've seen armies
I've seen enough of it.
battle and die. Individuals win wars. Turns and starts walking away. Not too late for you to avert this disaster, undo your foolish mistakes, turn your back on that pretender that you follow.
You all have such grand promises, and you say that you'll deliver and deliver. But look at me. Look where it's brought me. I can't trust any of you people. All you've done is fuck me over.
You made a desperate plea to a wannabe demigod and it didn't work out for you, and you expect my pity?
What have you done? You're here.
I'm here because I'm trying to prevent a disaster brought about by your foolish incompetence. He like pokes you with like a gnarly, ratty, like arthritis curved finger in the chest as she's speaking. Or would you prefer a nicer approach? She stands up straight and her cloaks fall away, and she's a beautiful woman in her 20s with raven black hair, wearing just like looks like, imagine like an evening gown made out of snakeskin. Would it be better if I appeal to you nicely? If I promise you the sun and both moons? Whatever it's going to take to get you to get back there and play the role that destiny has for you.
All it's going to take is for my friends to be okay.
I assure you, if my mother awakens, no one's going to be okay, including your friend. There are people within Glividatel who their true loyalty are to cults of Mormo. Their true reasoning, their true purpose is to reassemble her and bring her back from the grave. Whether they know it or not, the necromancers are playing directly into their hands with this plot of. So you can keep running and doing the biddings of Otassel, Spitz, or you can nut up, get back down there, and play the role Destiny has assigned you in getting the person who might actually have a chance of doing something about this where she needs to.
Fucking Destiny. Just to like myself.
And there's one more thing, and it's very important. And before she's able to say it, you feel this searing pain in your arm that wakes you up out of the. And you look down, waving your stump about as Ithrin's like, "I can fix this. I can fix."
Yeah, I am immediately gonna cast. Hold on, let me click over to my spell list.
Is this not what you wanted?
Oh, I do not have lesser. Oh, I do have lesser restoration prepped. I'm gonna cast that.
Okay. I don't think that's gonna actually do any good.
I mean, mostly I just don't want him to bleed to death from the wound that was just inflicted.
Don't blame me. It was all of our ideas.
I just said the wound that was just inflicted.
I can hear your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't actually. Lesser restoration wouldn't actually affect it. You'd want to use like a cure wounds spell or something like. The
Okay.
greater restoration might be able to grow the limb back, but lesser can't.
All right, then I'll immediately cast Cure Wounds.
Do you know who has greater restoration?
18 hit points back,
All right,
if that helps at all.
Yeah,
I lose?
the stump heals over completely.
Okay. How much did I lose? Anything from that, or
Hit points?
The arm.
No.
okay, just an arm. Okay.
The arm that has been cut off twitches for a minute and then falls limp again.
Is the dagger still attached to the arm?
No, he threw the dagger down.
Dropped the dagger a while ago.
Can I take his arm and see if the dagger will attach to it?
You're just gonna pick up his arm and start poking the dagger with it?
Yes.
Give me a dexterity check, please.
Are we all just losing limbs today?
13.
All right, you don't knock the dagger off the side of the mountain with it, but you like slide it and it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay. Dang. I don't want to pick that dagger up now, though. Do I have one of those things to pull
Tongs?
stuff out of the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, my bad, Haiku. It was an emergency. I will make you the best prosthetic you have ever seen. It will be so cool. But we can talk about that later as I go.
Guess I
But that's-
asked for it. Hello.
You did put out your arm, so I mean, I got you. Whatever you need, bro.
I'm gonna mage hand like a little ghost hand in the meantime, you know? Like I'm just putting it next to me. You know? It's like a little...
I'll allow it. You have a little floaty hand. And it's not even like a full arm to a hand. It's just like you have a floaty magical hand at
Like
the
Rayman.
distance of where your hand should be.
I love that as a design for his character.
I'm like Rayman for now.
I'm doing it.
All right.
I put the dagger in a bag.
Actually,
And
no, I just mage hand the dagger and I just yeet it like as far as I can with the mage hand.
Ah!
It's not far.
What?
I mean, well, but you're on a mountain too, though. So yeah, you. Are you gonna try to grab it like out of the tongs?
The tongs.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I was using the.
yeah, she was. Alan was picking it up with tongs.
Oh yeah, I just kind of pick it and eat it. Like that's not gonna help us.
Okay. I immediately abandoned my plan, apparently.
It might fuck one of them up if they pick it up.
Yeah. You know, the mages, the clerics at the Citadel had a greater restoration.
No, I lose them all the time. It's a long story.
We
Okay.
should.
Some parts are greener than others.
So are you okay?
I think we're supposed to help them out.
So we go back?
I guess.
Yeah.
We should finish resting and then head out.
Yeah, we should go back. I
Have to
agree.
rebuild the hut if we're gonna rest.
Thank you, Charlie.
No problem, but that's the end of them.
All right.
No more for you.
You
I have to actually rest before I have any more.
You take a long rest. It's restful. You may regain any spell slots, spent charges, things along those lines. What would you like to do when you wake?
I think once we wake up, it's time to head back to the city.
All right. You make your way back down the side of the mountain. Before you head down, you look over, and it looks like the forces are sort of holding their own. But you can see, even from this distance, that there are fortifications apparently like growing out of the side of the pass. As you're looking down, you realize that what they're doing is the legionnaires are taking the armor of legionnaires that fall and like building it out into walls on either side of the pass that are narrowing it down further.
Damn.
I mean, it's kind of gruesome to contemplate, but also like kind of cool to think about.
Yeah, it's very 300 of Sparta still.
Yeah.
That's kind of their corpses.
Yep.
You get back to the city just a little bit before, probably about 2 hours before sundown. The orderly that you were speaking with steps forward and says, changed your mind?
Are you talking to me?
Some old hag told us we had to come help you guys out. Shit about individuals and wars. I don't give a shit, dude. Can anyone fix this? I'm like holding up my little nub.
I mean, they're probably rationing their healing magic right now.
No, we can't.
Whatever.
He's just being petty now.
Somebody,
Yeah.
somebody in the Gleaming Valley may be able to, but no, we don't have that. I mean, that's gonna take some serious doing.
Can I fashion Haiku a nub stump out of the sawhorn so he has a sword arm?
Yeah, if you want to make him a like a scimitar arm,
Yeah.
sure. Go ahead and give me a intelligence check, and you may add your proficiency bonus to it. And Charlung will
Oh,
cast.
I didn't do it.
I was gonna say Charlung will cast Magecraft on it, so that you have double your proficiency bonus.
Oh, that's still like a 9.
All right. You try and you snap the horn saw horn.
No, I can't snap the horn saw horn. I failed to do it, but I still have my intact horn saw horn.
It's still usable for a dagger, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to make a full scimitar with it.
Where else am I gonna get it? Damn it, Travis!
Yes, we gotta go back in the forest and kill you another one.
Fuck. I tried. All right. Sorry, Haiku.
It's okay. It's whatever.
Fuck.
They tell you that they think that some of the Hollow Knights can probably regenerate that arm, possibly, or they would be able to, at the very least, get you some sort of a prosthetic.
It's not the biggest deal right now. I can still cast spells.
A remarkably brave perspective for somebody who is just willing to run away from this war.
I want to punch this guy in the face. Can I roll to punch this guy in the face?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
As she does, I'm like, before she does that, I'm like, I've been forced in too many wars to give a shit about anything you say right now.
Strength will suffice.
yeah, it'd be your strength and proficiency bonus because you are proficient with your.
Can
Fist.
everyone try and interrupt?
20, not natural.
Nope, I can't interrupt that.
You sock him in his face, and he spits out a tooth and some blood.
I'm like, watch it, pal. We're back, aren't we? Now suck it up and take our help, I guess. And I just turn my back and walk away. Just sucker punch him and walk away.
He reaches up and heals his teeth. Any other preparatory stuff that you're doing while you're now that you're back there?
I've got nothing.
I mean, Ithrin's first inclination is go to like the medical tent and like help.
Okay. Right now they're just setting things up for the inevitable need to treat people. They say, all right, so we have a tactical update because most of our soldiers that were already infected are out there. This whole area we're going to be bringing in. Our conscripts are going to go around the front and create kind of a shield wall up past where we had the quarantine zone. We would like you all and us, those of us who've been exposed to you, to stay away from the front line. We realize this is probably going to put us at a pretty severe tactical disadvantage, but I think it's probably our best bet to prevent infection and still be able to defend the city. So we are going to have to be sort of a second line of defense.
All right. Where can we help?
Well, there's in total 20 of us that have been infected, including you all. The Imperator has request in for any of the breathing folk who wish to effectively volunteer the possibility that they won't be able to see their hollow friends until this is over, to come bolster our force.
All right.
The next day passes. They wind up with a total of about another 100 soldiers between humans, dwarves, and Ironbred show up. Around noon, a scout comes running up the road. You can see he's got like probably a dozen arrows sticking in him. Legionnaire. And he like runs up like full speed and then like falls to his knees basically in front of him. Because they've broken through. They'll be here soon. Our last head count of them had 1,000 remaining in their.
And how many left on our side?
I was told not to leave until the last legionnaire fell.
All right. Where do we need to be?
I wish I knew. I guess this will have to work. We're just going to hold our ground here. And you see that there are others that are sort of maneuvering into place on either side of, coming up from behind either side of you and forming a shield wall probably about 300 feet out from where you are. You start kind of setting up your tactical positions, making sure that everybody has the food, weapons, medical supplies, everything they need. Troy,
Yeah, and Ithrin is gonna look for if there's any sort of like platform or even a boulder that she can stand on to give her like even a little bit of advantage on line of sight.
sure, absolutely. Yeah, you find a boulder you can go climb on top of. Anywhere
Okay.
tactically that Charlie would like to be?
I don't know. I don't. I have no idea.
All right. You're just kind of chilling back and waiting for someone to point at an area for you. Haiku, anywhere particular that you would like to go?
Is this on the astral map? Is this where we're at right now?
Yes.
And which direction is the army coming from?
The south.
Okay. I will. I guess. What was that?
Oh, I was going to say, Ithrin, I'm going to put you up on top of a boulder. This boulder right here.
Sounds good.
I'd like to. I'm gonna move my token if I can.
Should be able to.
Right over here.
All right, and it's the city to the north, right?
Yeah, the citadel is
Okay.
to the north of you.
All right, so I want to choose reading the map right.
I'm gonna drop chameleon skin while I'm there too.
All right. Alan, what would you like to do?
Why does my thing keep rolling? So
I'm gonna be in the middle. I also had a follow-up question. If there was any way I could have gotten my hands on some explosive seed and made some explosive arrows while we were waiting yesterday.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Cool.
Don't see why not.
I will roll what
It's intelligence.
intelligence
Yep.
to see how many I made. Come on, not a 1. A 1. I made oh no, it was a 7. Ha ha ha. So I made 9 arrows.
So your total was a 9, intelligence plus proficiency?
My total, well, plus proficiency, it was 12.
Okay, so you make 1 quiver full of arrows, so 20 arrows.
Okay, cool.
nice.
All right. Charlie, do you have any spells you want to cast in preparation as they're coming up?
Do not have those kinds of spells.
All right. As the sun starts to set, you see their forest sort of round the corner. And before they even get up to the shield wall. The two trebuchets fire at the city. And you can see as it flies through the dusk air above your heads, these are not boulders that the trebuchets are firing. They appear to be giant cubes made out of what, as near as you can tell, is rotting flesh.
Oh God,
Nasty.
no. Like, please say it's livestock and not people.
They go over your heads.
Soylent Green.
I would like each of you to give me a perception check, please, to see if you can see from where you're at.
Oh, I got another 20, another natural 20, total of 24.
Nice.
I got a 16.
5.
Now I roll
11.
okay.
All right, those of you who got a 10 or higher, you can see through like either the gates or through holes, gaps in the wall. You see these two cubes land. And when they land, they don't burst, but they do, like, imagine like a cyst bursting. So they still maintain like their structure to a degree, but they do get a little bit smaller as they each disgorge a half dozen what appear to be zombies that are also dripping with ichor and stumbling forward, immediately engaging in battle with the legionnaires that are inside.
So they shot a zombie cube into the city.
2 zombie cubes, yes. And you got a natural 20, right, Ithrin?
I did, yes.
You can absolutely see that several of these zombies have are either wearing like chainmail or they have nails driven into them. But one thing is common about all of the metal that they are carrying.
No, don't say it, Travis.
It's all covered in rust.
I told you not to say.
And then you said it, and now I'm upset. Now we're all upset.
Fuck. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
All right, how's the city handling the attack?
You see units of soldiers rushing forward. They're taking out the zombies pretty quickly. You do notice one of those cubes lurches forward and like eats a hollow legionnaire. They appear to
Oh,
be
fuck.
also somewhat semi-sentient undead. Like imagine gelatinous cubes made out of meat.
All right, are we still with the other like infected soldiers?
Yes. We're
Ah.
all like looking at one another as like, should we rush in there? Should we go over there and help? Like, what do we do? They're just confused.
So Ithrin's gonna say they have the rust. We have to go defend the city.
All right. They immediately dive in and follow you.
Ithrin is like, how did I get to this position?
As you're running and shouting about defending the city, what is Charlie doing?
I don't know. I guess I'll follow, but I'm gonna hang back like I always do.
All right. So you stay in kind of a lockstep but distant position from Ithrin. What is Alan going to do seeing all this?
I'm gonna rush in.
Rushing into the city?
Yeah.
All right. And Haiku.
This is clearly a diversion, but I'm gonna go with my friends. We cannot split the party.
All right, you start running in after them, and you're thinking it's a diversion. So you sort of look back over your shoulder. You do see they're loading 2 more of these rock cubes into the trebuchets.
How far are they from me?
The trebuchets?
Yeah.
Past the shield wall that's 300 feet, and then probably another 150 feet into the enemy forces.
Wait, where's the shield wall?
So imagine the soldiers who came out of Citadel. Okay, they set up a shield wall 300 feet out. So, I don't know how far out you're zoomed, but about where I'm pinging right now.
Hold up, let me see. I don't think I can see the pinging because of like on like the iPad right now.
Okay, let me give you I'll
Let me try. Let me watch on screen. On stream. Oh, I see.
So that's roughly the shield wall.
Okay. So they're there.
And then the Glividatel forces are roughly here-ish.
I think. Oh, there's okay. Let me see. I guess I can't do anything from where I'm at. Just at least prevent that. Except, like, I guess yell out a warning, like they're firing again.
All right. As you get inside, the group that you encounter includes three poison bearer ghouls.
Three poison what?
Poison bearer ghouls. And 2 regular ghouls.
Actually, can I? How much of these cubes are on like the map?
How much of the squares you mean?
The squares, yeah.
5 feet.
Okay, so I don't have the little shift thing to see how far I can go, but could I theoretically get close enough to fire like an Eldritch Blast to like kind of like mess with like the mechanics of like the trebuchet so you can't like throw anymore?
Yeah, do you have the distant blast?
My Eldritch Blast can reach 120 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna have to get like up to the shield wall to do it. Which is fine, you can do that. It's just gonna take you a couple rounds probably.
I can basically go 60 right now if I dash, right?
Yep.
So I'll go 60. And then that's like an action. That's a burns an action, right? Dashing.
Yes, that does burn in action.
Okay. Then hold up. Wait. Perfect. So I can use my Misty Step tattoo and get to 90 feet.
Okay.
So I'll do that after I count squares.
If you hit shift and then drag, you should be able to. Oh, you can't.
I can't. I'm on iPad right now. Yeah.
You want me to count it out for you?
Could you?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
You went 90 feet straight towards the shield wall, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Do I see this or is he still invisible?
You can make a perception check.
Yeah. I'm not invisible. I'm just kind of like camouflage the environment.
And chameleon skin, correct me if I'm wrong, gives you advantage on stealth checks, right?
Yes.
So what's your stealth skill total?
Like my bonus or?
Yeah, your bonus, including your that should be your proficiency plus your dex modifier, I would assume.
Proficiency.
So it should be listed next to the actual skill in D&D Beyond. Like whatever that plus is your actual skill.
Oh, then +5. right?
Right. And so chameleon skin is advantage. That makes it again essentially another +5. So
Okay.
you need to make a perception check at DC 20 to spot.
I have a +0 in perception.
Well, you have a 1 in 20 chance of hitting it.
I got 17. So close.
Nope, you don't see where Haiku went. All right, so we're creeping up on the end of the day. I'm going to give you all one round, and then we are going to call it a night. So as you're running up, I'll give you all the first actions in order, north to south on the map. So you run up, Ithrin, you see these ghouls basically just emerged from a cube. They're kind of looking a little... they don't look like they're confused or disoriented so much as they just look like they're looking for the first thing to kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action, cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, and just go for the closest one.
All right, excellent. So you dive in on Poison Bearer Ghoul number 4. Go ahead and make your attack
Yes.
check, please.
Okay. 11.
A swing and a miss. Moreover, a swing and you hit it in the side of the head and it doesn't seem to do much. That brings us to Alland. What would you like to do?
I want to shoot it with my arrow.
Explosive arrow?
Yeah, one of them.
Which one are you shooting?
The one right in front of Ithrin.
With an explosive arrow?
Oh, that's a bad idea. Yeah, no, not that one. Let's say Ghoul 5, which is further away.
Okay, excellent.
Thanks for making the things make sense for me, because I'm dumb. All right, let's do it. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Five damage. I don't have the actual explosive arrows. How would we calculate that?
What was it? It was the what seed? The
Explosive seed.
it's 2d6.
Oh. That's 10.
Okay. All right, you blast a couple of limbs off of both the arms come off of that ghoul. This ghoul over here is going to make a dex save, see if he can have that.
I am all
damage.
about blasting limbs off of people today.
True.
Sorry, Haiku.
He does not make his dex save, so both of his legs get blown off.
Sweet.
All right, Charlie.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast one each, Ghoul 4 and 5.
Excellent.
Wow. The 13 hit.
13 does not hit. Oh wait,
That's
ghoul
what I
4 and
got.
5.
Yeah.
I may be lying to you. Hold on. 13 absolutely hits.
Oh, that's what I got for both of them. How's that for magical?
Excellent. I'd buy that for $1.
Yahtzee. All right. Oh, that one voided itself. All right, number 4 gets 5, and number 5 gets 2.
Excellent. They are both still up, but both like number 4 is like crawling. He's got one arm left. He's like Terminator crawling toward you all. Where number 4 does, and number 5 he still has like one full leg and like down to the knee of the other leg. So he's just sort of like stumbling his way in your direction. You get up to the shield wall, Haiku. I'll let you get off that Eldritch Blast before we wrap things up.
2 Eldritch Blasts at both trebuchets to try and like.
You try to hit both
mess-
trebuchets?
Yeah. Should I roll for that?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make your attack check.
That's a nat 20 plus 6. Finally, something good happens.
All right. Make your attack check for the second one.
Oh wait, that's attack check. My bad. Wait, isn't it just one? Because it's is it 2? Because it's
You're targeting different
separate.
creatures, so each one is a separate ray. It's not right.
So 20 and then a 16.
All right, so you fire the first one. You actually like hit it, basically like at the center pin that holds the whole contraption together. Biggity bam, the whole fucking stage comes down. Then you go smoke a bowl, and then so one of the trebuchets is out. The second one, you actually hit the cube where like while it's being loaded in, and so it bursts in the firing cup and unleashes a bunch of zombies that come tumbling out and shambling forward toward the shield wall. That's where we'll wrap things up for this session. So next session we'll start with their turn. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about tonight's game?
Oh,
I forgot I
no.
have 2 attacks per action, but that's okay.
You want to get in that last roll for that? I don't want to rob you of an attack, so if you want to make another roll, let's do this.
Okay. All right. Are
But
you
next
sure?
time, next time, remember it, or you won't get it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 hits the ghouls.
Oh, it does?
Yep. So you take out those last 2 ghouls.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
Sick.
It would be impossible for you to roll so little damage that they don't both die.
Awesome. All right. All right. I'm so sorry. Also, I'm sorry, Haiku. I cut off your arm.
I put it out. I said I was down. I consented.
And just a few clarifying things. So when you cast Restoration on Haiku's arm, you did absolutely cure him of the poisoned condition. That he would have been fine.
Oh, why are you
no.
telling us this?
Because I want
Twisting the knife, Travis.
I want you to know that, first of all, I want you to know that the spell did work. Secondly, I want you to know that that this mutilation that you've inflicted on your party member could have been avoided entirely, because it's important to me to make sure I just grind in every last bit of pathos into the next chapter of this campaign.
Damn
I can
it,
get
Travis.
I can get a badass prosthetic arm though. That looks way cooler. I can have like one like Iron Man arm, you know?
Oh, yeah. Full Metal Alchemist arm.
Yeah.
True.
It's a good design.
I mean, you could like with the Gleaming Valley right there, you really could get like a possessed arm.
Yeah, it's fucking dead ass.
But having said that,
I just look in the end, I just look cooler. I always win.
This is awesome. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. I'm glad everybody had a good time. Did anybody have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns? Anything you didn't understand or wanted me to explain, or was everything good?
No, this was great.
Rock and
Ready for
roll.
next game.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. So I just want to remind everybody that the reason we are here is because of Scarred Lands, and Scarred Lands is amazing and available at your friendly local game store. So you can get the Scarred Lands Player's Guide, you can get the Scarred Lands Creature Collection. Those are both available right now. We are also playing Dead Man's Rust, which is a mega campaign for Scarred Lands. We kickstarted last year. Pre-orders are currently available on BackerKit, and if you pre-order it, you can get advanced copy of the text so you can start running your campaign right now. And I'm going to throw that link in chat. While I'm doing that, oh, one last thing, speaking of pre-orders, so I don't forget to mention it. Trinity Continuum Assassins is currently available at Drive-Thru RPG for pre-order. And they just dropped the last manuscript preview today. So if you pre-order the Trinity Continuum Assassins right now, you get access to the full manuscript text. That is set in the Trinity Continuum and is basically set alongside the same time frame as the core book. But instead of playing talents, you're playing assassins who make the world a better place through murder and mayhem. And I'll throw that link in the chat as well. So before we wrap things up, I guess I'll go ahead and have everybody tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, pronouns, their pronouns, and where we can find you on the internet. And we'll start off this time around with Haiku. Please give us your pertinence.
Hey guys, I am the collection of bad ideas and decisions that is Mike Newton. I am playing Haiku, who is also a collection of bad ideas and choices. And in real life, I am a comic artist. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Mike_Mutant. And Mike Mutant on Tumblr, where I have the current issues of my comic, The Freaks, which you can read for free. And I'm working on issue 3 right now. So cool stuff in the works.
Sweet. Definitely check out The Freaks. It's a fun read. Next up, we have Charlie. Please give us your pertinence.
I am Sarah Schreinever, she, her. I play Charlie, she, her. And I'm an author and YouTuber, and I play games on Twitch. I'm basically Wordsmith Sarah everywhere. Most of the time I'm on Twitter, YouTube, and or Twitch.
Excellent. And next up, that would be Ithrin. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, my name is Rachel. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Stolen Fires on the internet. Tomorrow, I'm going to be over at Vorpal Tales running Vampire the Requiem, a Brood Chronicle. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a really strong cast. That's great. And then also at Vorpal, normally I'd be running Call of Cthulhu on Friday, but that's New Year's Eve. So have a good New Year's Eve. Don't get eaten by anything. I will be back on Vorpal those Sundays for Mage the Ascension, White Walls. That is also a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of good times with my cast. And then Monday, I'm doing Cult and Solemn Veil. And then at some point in the relatively near future, I'm going to be in an all Setite V5 game. More information on that forthcoming.
Sweet. And I just threw the links for those different Twitch chats or Twitch channels into the chat. So please feel free to head over there and give a follow or a subscription. And next up, that brings us to Holland. Please give us your pertinence.
Hi guys, I'm Elena, she, her, also they, them, and I'm playing Holland, who, she, her, and in real life, I'm an artist, an art teacher, and yoga teacher in Illinois, and you can find my Instagram. I'm mostly posting yoga now, which is the Milena Dineno Yoga. And Milena Dineno on Instagram has a link to that. And I'm on Patreon if you want to see art and if you want to get free monthly downloadables, like wallpapers for your phone and printables and calendar stuff. So that's patreon.com/Milena Dineno.
Excellent. And last but not least, I suppose that leaves me. I'm Travis Legge, he, him, they, all fine. And when I'm not doing this, I am either running games here over on my channel, Plastic Age Plays, or I'm writing books. So yeah, there's I don't know what's out next for me. Dead Man's Rust is on pre-order. You should go pick up Scarredland stuff. Because I loves it with all my heart. I know that I have some plans for the next year. Some of those plans may involve Fenrilic. So keep your eyes peeled for that news. But in the meantime, just Also, I want to remind everyone to make sure you're checking out the Monday meeting notes as we roll into 2022. It is the 10th anniversary of Onyx Path Publishing, so there's all sorts of fun stuff coming up. Keep an eye on the MMN every week at theonyxpath.com so that you can stay aware of those announcements. I'll be back here on the channel sometime next week. Schedule will go up on the Monday meeting notes, so you'll be able to see that then. In the meantime, have a safe and happy New Year. Take care of yourselves and each other. Get your shots. Make sure everyone around you gets their shots. And be good. See you soon. Bye.